All right. All right, guys. I believe we are online right now. Currently, we are live. That's awesome. Haven't been live on a Saturday in a little bit, but, we're getting back into the swing of things. Getting back into it. So we are live. I must go ahead and announce a shameless plug. And honestly, I should have had it pulled up before now. But I have went on ahead and created a Facebook page for the Chris the Dude Nurse channel. As soon as this thing loads up, we'll go ahead and show it. There we are. Chris the Dude Nurse. So, if you would like, please go ahead and subscribe to Chris the Dude Nurse Facebook page, or Chris the Dude Nurse, I don't want you to subscribe. You become friends. You like it. Things like that. It's got the new logo going on right there, and everything. Got people to invite. Chris the Dude Nurse. If you want to go ahead and join the Facebook group, go ahead. We'll be glad to have you. I, as of this moment in time, have not created any post or anything. Sort of waiting on things to happen. I just started the Facebook page, but go ahead and become a follower of the page, if you will. Anyways, it's great to be back on Saturday. It's been a while since I've been back on Saturday. We finally had a bye week on basketball, and finally had work wasn't so crazy that I was able to sort of not be rested, things like that, if that makes any sense. So excuse me. I was able to come back on a Saturday, which is awesome. And tis what it is. I like being back on Saturday nights. They are good times. I just like the Saturdays. I just like the Saturdays. I do like during the week, though. I really do like during the week live streams. I think they're fun. It's always fun to be, sort of during the week and, having fun with it and things like that. Good times had by all. Let me get all my stuff where I need it to be. I did not. I pulled a rookie mistake here. I did not grab myself something to drink. Rookie mistake. You'd have thought I'd learned by now. Been doing this for a little bit, and I'm getting a little older. I did not grab myself something to drink. What is Paul? What is up, Paul? Not what is Paul. Favorite day of the week is Thursday, but Saturday is second best. Nice to see you today, Paul. I don't know that I have a favorite day of the week. I don't like every other Saturday, because we do every other weekends at work. So I don't like every other Saturday. So I don't know that I have a favorite day. But nice to see you this evening. Nice to see you. Thursday is my meeting day. I'm in a lot of meetings on Thursday, so Thursday's a busy day. But, it's all right. Anyways, Paul, what's happening in your neck of the woods? Currently here, it is super cold and raining. It is cold and rainy out here. Now, I gotta figure out, I was about to do something. I have completely forgotten what I was about to do. Oh, I know what it is now, yeah. There we go. I was going to check and see. There we go. There we go. It looks like it's doing things that I need it to do. That is what is up. $46 in Vegas. An LPN in Vegas. We talk about Vegas a lot at work, because I'm in substance abuse. I don't know if you know that. Substance abuse is the field that I'm in. So we talk about Vegas a lot at work, how they like to try new substance abuse tactics. A lot of times they try them in Vegas because of, I don't know if it's like the lax laws that they have out there. Like North Carolina, like Tennessee, I think, is probably the most strict as far as substance abuse goes. Tennessee has very strict substance abuse laws. They really think that abstinence is really the only way to cure, and I don't want to say cure, but to help someone into recovery. Tennessee believes that abstinence is the only way to do it, and they have very, very strict substance abuse laws. And so we talk about Vegas a lot because it seems like Vegas always tries new things in substance abuse, even more so than like Los Angeles and New York and things like that. It seems like Vegas is always they're always the ones that try the new things, or at least try them first, or you always hear, oh, in Vegas, this is what's working. And in the South, in North Carolina where I'm at, we are limited to a lot of what state will let us do. We definitely have it in my end. We definitely have it better than like Tennessee. Tennessee has very, very strict rules and very strict laws. But great to see you out there, LPN in Vegas. Question: is Vegas related, not LPN related? I have always heard. I've never, ever been to Vegas, but since you're out there, figured I'd ask. Clark County, I believe, is where Vegas is. I have always been told two things. Prostitution's legal in Nevada. Prostitution's illegal in Clark County. Is this true? I don't know. But also, like 90% of Nevada is government land because it's all desert. Is what I've been told. Are any of these things true? I mean, maybe they're not. Maybe they are. I don't know. Behavioral health substance abuse facilities are out here and are everywhere. I have been told that they are out there and everywhere. Vegas has so many aspects of the abuse spectrum: drugs, alcohol, gambling, etc. I would imagine that when you get the title, when the city gets the title of Sin City, I would imagine that it earned the title. It earned the title to be that, and so I would imagine that all the aspects of the abuse spectrum are out there. So I would imagine I would not expect anything different. Clark County is illegal. Thinking of Nye County. Okay. So I see these are all things I don't know. North Vegas, mostly desert, so a lot more legal there. Okay. Like I said, I've never been to Vegas. The furthest west I've ever been is Nashville. So if that tells you something, I've been in Central Time, like the very eastern side of Central Time. So not very far west. But Vegas does sound like the movies make it sound like it's a fun place. I think I would have an anxiety attack if I lived through what was that movie with Zach Galifianakis and Bradley Cooper? I keep thinking Bachelor Party. It wasn't Bachelor Party. That was a Tom Hanks movie. In any case, that guy wakes up on the roof. Hangover. Yes, Hangover. Yes, that is the movie. I always think of that movie. I think I would just have a full-blown anxiety attack and just die. Like I would just go into panic mode and just quit breathing. if something like that had happened. Maybe at 19 I'd be okay with it, but at the age I am now, I seriously doubt anything I can do anything like that. Let's go back to the nursing side of things in Vegas. In Vegas, or Nevada, your area in general, you said there's a lot of behavioral, a lot of substance abuse issues. Is there anything in Vegas that sort of you're known for? Like, I would imagine there's trauma. Do you have like the best trauma in the West, or do you have, things like that? Are you guys known for having, the best of something, in the West or in the country or whatever it may be? Curious. I would imagine trauma would be something that Vegas would be known for. What's up? I'm gonna say Twan, but I could be wrong. Twan or Juan. Sorry if I'm pronouncing it incorrectly. I apologize. Any advice for med-surg in LVN school? So assuming you're in California or Texas, because you're LVN school. So advice for med-surg. So med-surg is, well, I'm glad I said it right. Thank you. Med-surg is a big circle of everything, and it's a little bit of everything. The best advice I can give you is learn terms. I always go back to medications because it's always the easiest ones for me to sort of learn. The cardiac medications. If you know your medication ends in LOL, so like metoprolol, learn those terms, those prills, those laws. Antibiotics do it a lot. The sins in antibiotics. Learn sort of the breakdown of the medication. So learn like the first part of the medication means this, the middle part of the medication means that, and the end part of the medication means this. So you're going to learn beta blockers, loop diuretics, how certain antibiotics work as far as like, do they kill it or do they keep it from reproducing, things like that. So once you learn the terms and once you learn what means what, then med-surg sort of gets easier. So that's the best advice I can give, is learn terms and sort of know what they mean. So learn those, like I said, those 3 letters at the end of medicines, or the antibiotics, or you got to learn. Let me see. So I used, when I was in school, I used Davis Drug Guide. Let me spell it correctly. Drug Guide. When I used it, it was on a floppy disk, like a disk. And you, well, look, let's take a look at it together. So erythromycin, you see how it's got the sin at the end of it? That means something. The metoprolol, the LOL, that means something. And so let's see how far it'll let us get. You don't want to know about pronunciation, but you want to know like the breakdown of it. Beta blocker. They used to break down the word on Davis Drug Guide, and I'm not sure they do it anymore. It's not looking like it. It's a lot different than I remember it. Because like I said, when I did it, it was a disc. Anyways, you see how these related things, those aren't really related. The low pressure is. The beta blockers are. There we go. Let's just click on beta blockers. And I got to subscribe. So that was absolutely no help at all. In any case, you really want to learn those drugs and learn how they work and things like that. I hope that helps. Vegas, sorry, moving on. The Vegas Strip is it is like 5% of the total Vegas, mostly just residential and retirement communities that make up the majority. Learn the medications. Yes, learn the medications. And it's like, learn the medications. And then, like, if you want to learn, like, a basic of, like, if this lab value is off, you could be going into some sort of, like, acidity or something like that. Like, you really want to know, like, your potassium. Your potassium has a very small range of functionality. It changes very periodically. I think at my facility it's 3.5 to 5.5, but when I was in nursing school, it was like 3.5 to 5. You want to learn like the basics of lab values, not necessarily like EKG strips. You're not really going to be learning that in med surg, but you want to learn like sodium and potassium and trying to think of some big ones that can cause some big things, like not ketoacidosis, but I don't know that you'll be doing that until endocrinology. I can't think of anything else, to be quite honest with you. It's really learning the terms and learning what they mean, learning what those letters mean. Thank you. I'm glad that helps, because I was starting to hurt my brain for a second. I'm not a very good thinker. I try though. In any case, I was going with something in my mind. I had something in my mind that I was going to say, but I don't remember what it is now. I kept a small index card in my pocket with quick lab value infos for the first few years of being a nurse. So you know what I did for the first probably year to year and a half, and I'm pretty sure that like the more experienced nurses laughed at me when I came in. I brought my Davis drug guide with me for the first probably year or two. Because when I first got into it, when I very first got into it, you couldn't, like now, if a lab value is off, it sort of tells you what's going on. Like you can kind of hover your mouse over it, and it'll like highlight like the eye or the info or whatever it may be, and it'll sort of tell you what's going on. Like when I first got into it, like you got the lab value, like you got a printout of the lab value. I remember being at the nursing home. I was like 3-4 weeks out of nursing school, and being at the nursing home, and this lady come up to me and she said, do you know what these mean? And I was like, I have no clue. Like I don't know what I don't know what this means. And I literally had to get my book out and like look it up, like one by one. I was like, I don't know what this means, and came to the conclusion that it was like a rheumatoid function or something to do with arthritis. But I feel like it was a rheumatoid check or something like that. In any case, Twan has 2 small kids and working while going to school so hard. Any advice? I'm barely passing the course and maybe failing. So any advice? So what I did, and I know you're not me and I'm not you. When I went to school, I was working nights. I was working Thursday night, Friday night, and Saturday night. I was doing 3/12s as a CNA at the hospital. I was going to school. I think it was Monday, Tuesday. I had Wednesday and Thursday off. I went to school Friday, and then I had clinicals Saturday, Sunday. So I was overlapping. Thursday night, Friday night, and Saturday night were overlapping with other days. So as they overlapped, I would like sleep in my car and stuff. At the time I had one child that was born, and she was a newborn. So she thankfully wasn't big enough for me to like miss her stuff. Like I wasn't missing ball games and stuff like that. But getting sleep is your number one priority. It's hard to get sleep when you're working that schedule. When you're working and going to school, it's really hard to get sleep. You really need a good support system. Like a solid support system is what you need. It's very hard to do. It's harder than what you thought it would be in school, or when you were outside looking in. It's a lot harder than what you thought it would be. But best advice I can give is try to get as much sleep as possible when you can get it. Thankfully, I had the ability to sort of do my clinical rotations the way that I did them, and I did them on Saturday, Sundays, which helped out a tremendous amount. You would not believe how much that helped, because Tuesdays, Wednesdays, I didn't have anything. I didn't have class, and I didn't work. I'm gonna work Thursday night, but I didn't have class and I didn't work, so I was able to crunch down and study and catch up on sleep and things like that. So it was very hard. And first semester was really bad because I like an idiot, did co-recs instead of prereqs. And so I do not recommend doing co-recs. You should do prereqs. What I mean is I took classes while I was in nursing school, which was a terrible idea. And then as far as the failing part, nursing school questions are not like any other questions you've ever had. The question could be like, the sky is up, blue, cloudy, sometimes sunny. You don't know what the answer is, that they're looking for. You just got to sort of guess best as possible. Just do your best to sort of catch up on sleep. Be sure your mental health is there. If you can keep that mental health and you can keep that drive, that's the best. So that's unfortunately the best advice I got. So I hope that helped. Not people have done it. I know that they have, because I went to school with them. I went to school with single moms with 2 and 3 kids who did finish. It's hard. It's very hard. Regarding the last question, Vegas is best known for the Lou Rivio Brain Health Center with the Cleveland Center. We have a Cleveland clinic down here that is cardiac. We're not really world renowned for it, but that's something we have. Mad respect for your hard work. I don't think I would be able to graduate, never mind past the NCLEX, if I had children during school. Yeah, like I said, thankfully the one I had at the time, I've got 3 now, but the one at the time was very small. She was born in January, and I started nursing school in August or July. I can't remember if I started in August or July. Anyway, she was born 6 to 8 months before I started nursing school, so I didn't miss anything. And so that really helped. Did any of my classmates fail? So I started out with about 30. 9 of us graduated. So if you want a legit answer, 21 people failed. Failed or dropped out. One girl in particular that I remember, she was late she was like 5 times. They gave her a couple chances, because they told us in the very beginning you can be late 3 times. If you're late any more than 3, you're out. And this girl was late 5 times. It's 5 or 6, and they gave her a couple extra chances, and then once she was late, that 5th or 6th time they booted her out. So I don't know that failed is the word for her. I remember one guy in my class. Was he in my class? There was another guy in the very, very beginning. In the very, very beginning, there was one more guy and he had some family issues, and he had to take himself out because it took so much away from his family. One girl graduated. Now keep in mind, and I respect these people like crazy. She was a refugee, like a her country was at war, and she got the chance to come to America because her country was at war, and she was I know there's an official title to it, but she was a refugee of a war-torn country. Came into class like 7 months pregnant, and it was like Labor Day weekend, and somehow we had Labor Day off, which we in nursing school we didn't get days off. She came to school like the Thursday before Labor Day. We had a final or a big exam. Took the exam like shaking, sweating, full blown. She's in labor on Thursday. Had the baby, like left the exam right after she turned it in. Had the baby that day or night. Missed Friday. Came back to school Tuesday. Like legit respect, dude. She was awesome. She ended up finishing. She finished with us. Mad respect for that girl. She was not failing that class. And believe it or not, there were actually two. Both of them passed that had babies in the class. The second one was a little different. Wasn't quite the same. But the first girl had the baby in class. She was from was she Laotian? Was she from Laos maybe? Anyway, she was one of those Eastern Asian countries, and she wasn't dropping. She wasn't quitting. She did not quit. Finished class, graduated. To my knowledge, is doing perfectly fine. 21 people failed. Unfortunately, half my class, 2008, failed out of 140. There were 90 total, but in my specific class, there were 30 of us, and so there was 60 more split up between at least one other class, because we were on different rotations. Like I said very early, I was like Monday, Tuesday, Friday with clinicals Saturday, Sunday. The other class was clinicals Monday, Tuesday, class Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We did other things like that. So there were 90 total, but in my class there were 30 of us, and 9 of us graduated. What's up, T? It's been a while, man. How do you deal with a family member daughter that comes to the nursing station and asks somebody to come into the room to pour her mom a glass of water? Oh my gracious, dude. Oh heavens. Alright, so I've done just this week, I made a short about what I would have said to someone. I didn't say it, but what I would have said to someone. And it blew up in my face, and people were like, you should get out of healthcare and things like that. So I took the short down. Took it down. I didn't want to offend anybody. But dude, when they say my mom wants you to pour her a glass of water, the only reason that I could see this being justified would be is mom on a fluid restriction and daughter was told specifically to have every cc of fluid measured. That would be the only reason I could see it being justified. Was daughter told, hey, your mom is on a 2000 cc fluid restriction, mom has to have every cc counted. That's the only, but I don't know. You tell them, hey, listen, we're busy, we'll get to it when we get to it. Bro, we'll try. I don't know. I really don't know. Paul says, patient and family teaching includes getting family members involved in their loved one's recovery. LOL. if it's a fluid restriction, I can see it. If it's a fluid restriction or if it's something like that, I could see it. That's really the only. I don't know. Why didn't you touch the bell? Why didn't you call the bell? Maybe daughter has a question. Like maybe daughter's like, hey, you know, can my mom have water? And just asked it wrong. I don't know. If left to me, I'll ban annoying family members. I have had to send some family members home instead of giving their patients an anxiety pill. Like Ma, you being the reason for the patient is getting agitated. So one time, a long time ago, this wasn't me. This was not me. This was something else. We had, I got to figure out how to tell this story without like giving like a lot away. So we had this, I'm going to call them a royal family. We're just going to call them a royal family. You know, these people were royals. You know, we're just going to say it that way. These people were royals. Well, youngest royal comes in, nausea, vomiting, throwing up. They bring her to the hospital, right? She's like, let's just say she's like 17. She's like college age, like freshman college age. Royal parents like won't back up off the nurses. This was not my patient. This was something I heard. Royal parents won't back up off the nurses, and they won't like let them figure out what's going on. You know, they're like, hey, you know, we really need to talk to her and see if she ate anything or drank anything or anything like that. And they were like, no. She keeps saying there's nothing wrong. Doctor rolls up in there. Doctor is like a legit thinker, like a normal person thinker. Some doctors are like so smart that, you know, T, I'm sure you know, some doctors are just so smart they can't think like a normal person. They only think in like smart ways. Anyways, doctor shows up and he's like, look, I've got to assess your daughter. Y'all leave. Like, y'all just step outside. The nurse will take you to the nurse station, or nurse will take you to the family waiting area. I have to assess your daughter. You know, like I have to do this without y'all in the room. So they walk out and the doctor's like, all right, how much did you drink last night? And the daughter's like, oh, I went to this party and it was, you know, such a great party and all these things. And I got, you know, I ingested something. And the doctor, because the doctor just knew, immediately, like, bro, homegirl drank something, took something. She partied hard. She got a hold of something at a party. And, you know, I don't know if the doctor, like had lab values already and already knew, you know, like a urine analysis or maybe even an emesis. You know, I'm not sure if he had all those values yet, but, the doctor like rolled up, sent the family out, and then like immediately after the family left, he was like, all right, what'd you drink last night? Let me know now so we can put a banana bag in you. I don't remember what they ended up doing with her, but, I heard about that for a while. Worked at places that had patients that felt entitled and the staff were theirs to order around. Some facilities are depressing. I have too. The biggest problem that I have is like when people have something and they feel like just because they have it that they can order you around. Like whenever people have like super good insurance or you know, whenever they have something like they know they have it, like they know that they you know can get away with whatever it is that they want, and they just automatically you know start ordering the staff around, like you know, oh, your dad is the CEO or whatever, you know, and they start knowing that they can order stuff around. I really hate that too. I really hate when patients feel entitled as well, Paul. How do you deal with the WebMD family members? I had a doctor one time that was like, yep, nope, that's not right. We're going to do lab values and see if that's right. I typically don't deal with the WebMD families. I just don't. Shoot, I had one. All right, this just popped in my mind. The WebMD family. I had one patient that their mom like would not leave me alone, like kept harassing me. And it was a grown patient's mom kept harassing me. And so every time like my director would see the patient's mother, my director would pull me into their office. And, you know, of course the director's office is off limits to patients and, you know, typically off limits to staff. Because that mom would try to like WebMD me. And, you know, try to get me to say something that I, you know, didn't mean or shouldn't have said or things like that. So yeah, when you get a WebMD family, I don't really know, man. You just got to try to get out of that situation. You know, it's I don't know. T, how do you deal with WebMD family? Also, T, where are you at now? Are you still traveling or are you still in Houston? I haven't talked to you in, you know, a little while. And then I had a question for Paul that I have already forgot. Teaching their loved ones recovery. What I love about teaching the family members recovery, y'all know C. diff. One time we had this really old patient and they had C. diff. And it was like a son and a daughter were in the room. And we're explaining how you get rid of C. diff. And the patient is not understanding. But the son, does the son have horses? That somehow the family knew about horses. So the son explained it in horse talk. And give them the doctor's cell phone. That's messed up. Anyways, the son knew about horses. And so the patient's like, well, how are we going to get rid of C. diff? And this was 08-ish, 09, somewhere around there. So, you know, a little bit ago. And the patient's like, I don't, you know, they keep telling me how to get rid of C. diff. They're telling me I'm going to take a poop pill. But I don't know how I'm going to take a poop pill. And so the son explains it. He's like, you know, like if you have a horse get bit by a snake, you take the blood out of another horse and you give it to that horse. And then the patient's like, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Say, I've never been around horses. I didn't know this was a thing. And he was like, okay, all right. So you got that in your mind, right? And he's like, all right, so you have C. diff, right? And the patient's like, yeah, I've got C. diff. And the son's like, I don't have C. diff, right? And they're like, yeah. And he's like, all right. And it's infection with your poop, right? The patient's like, yeah, I guess it's an infection with my poop. And the son's like, I don't have an infection with my poop. And it was like a light bulb went off with the patient. And they were like, and he's like, I gotta take your poop in a pill? And the son's like, no, not like that. You know, you're not gonna eat it. Yeah, they're gonna encapsulate it. They're gonna put it in your butt. And so it helped out. It helped out tremendously having the family member in there with the patient on that one. I don't. Is that even still the way you deal with C. diff? I don't know. I haven't done C. diff in like. I'm about to Google this. Is C. diff still cured with poop pill? Pill derived from human feces treats recurrent gut infections. I assume it's still the same way. T, you might know. Is C. diff still cured by the poop pill going in your butt? I imagine that that's probably still the way that you know that it's cured. At least it was back, you know, what was that now? We're in 2023. 14, 15 years ago, you know. It was back then. Good times. Those were such good times. When you know, resets the natural gut biome. Yes, it does. Hey, baby. Are you jumping on here or are you laying down?
I'll lay down.
You're going to lay down. Well, here, sit in the captain's seat for just a second because I did not bring a drink.
Okay.
Can you do that for me?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Tea's on here, by the way.
Okay. Hello, everybody. Hi, Paul. I don't have my glasses on, so it's kind of hard to.
Okay, I returned.
Okay.
Did T say hi to you?
No,
Oh.
just Paul.
Okay. Paul's in Vegas.
Nice.
All right, you want me to take over the captain's seat?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm sorry. So we do not have like a streaming room or a man cave or anything like that in the house. So all of the streaming goes on here in the bedroom. She is a teacher. Paul said, "Are you in the medical field too?" She is a special education, an EC teacher. What is it? EC? Exceptional Children? Is that your?
Yeah.
Exceptional Children is her.
I can explain it more if you want.
If you need her to explain it to you, she can. But
I can.
you have a set of headphones over there.
I've got it turned down. You can't hear anything.
No, I can't hear anything. I'm just telling you.
I'll put my glasses on if they'd like me to.
So that lucky devil gets off in summers and Christmas and Thanksgiving and spring breaks and things like that. I say lucky, but she, not saying her job's easy.
No, my job is not easy.
I'm not saying your job is easy. He said another vital career field.
I get bit and pinched and bit and things thrown at me every day.
Yeah, she does get bit and pain. She has bruises all over her. You know what? So since I'm gonna complain. I'm gonna rant and rave a little bit about you being a teacher and me not. So I don't know if it's like this for all teachers. Teachers don't get paid a lot. They just don't. That's it's fairly standard. She came home with her first stinking paycheck, right? And I know she doesn't make a lot. I understand she does not make a lot of money. She came home,
I get paid once a month.
and she only gets paid once a month. She came home with her first stinking paycheck, and her 401k, like first month 401k, was like $1,200. And I was like, how in the world? Like, I've been doing this. I've been nursing for a long time. I've been at my company I work with for 8 years. And I don't have $1,200 in my 401k. She comes home first stinking month, $1,200 in her 401k. I was like, what in the world?
But I also work for the state.
I understand that you have,
Amazing benefits.
you have amazing benefits. Her health insurance is only like $20 a month. But, oh man, I was like, what in the world? And she has all weekends off. Craziness.
But I get sick constantly.
Yeah, you do get the teacher sickness a lot. She's
First year teacher. So.
if kids, yeah, and this is our first year full time teaching. If kids, if kids bring something from home or something to school or whatever it is, Courtney catches it. She catches that mess like immediately. You should start a YouTube channel and be Courtney the lady teacher. Just saying.
I can't give out information.
I know you can't give out information, but let me get rid of my C diff here. What was I was shoot. I had something on my mind. I was about to Google it, and I forgot what I was about to Google. She doesn't really do a bunch of homework though. You don't do a bunch of homework, do you? He said all those student homework reviews though. You don't do a lot of homework though. She's in.
Hold on.
Okay. She's gonna explain better what she does. They don't.
So,
Her homework is more like for the teachers to do the homework, sort of.
I'm coming.
I'll let her explain it. She will do a much better job. Let me give up the captain seat.
Is there a hoodie or something down there? Is that one right there? No, this.
Yeah.
I don't have a undergarment on. So.
I know you don't. She's coming, Paul. I promise. Don't go anywhere.
It's just easier if I have something to cover that. So
One time we were in live stream and she changed right behind me and you could see her butt. Are you gonna hang out for a little bit?
Oh yeah.
All right.
Top-notch teacher. What does that mean?
All right. Explain.
Okay.
Explain.
So the classroom I'm in is kindergarten through 5th grade, all in one classroom. These kids won't graduate with a diploma. They graduate with what's called a certificate of completion. It's considered a life skills class. So yes, they do work in the classroom, but it's not. It's at a different level.
She said doo doo.
They do.
Oh.
Oh, you're leaving? I'm sitting here explaining everything.
Anyways, continue.
Okay. So, it's a different type of classroom setting. So, we teach how to make food and how to talk to people in a setting, how to count money, how to make sure you have the right change back, things like that. It's not just a classroom of just like math and reading and writing. It's a classroom of every day. Like we teach how to vacuum the floor correctly and how to sweep and mop and wipe tables and, a lot of hygiene aspects, things like that.
When I was in nursing school, they called it TMD, trainable mentally disabled. Mm-hmm. Is that okay?
It's kind of like that.
Okay.
I mean, a lot of the kids in my classroom aren't technically mentally disabled because there's a lot of autism in my classroom, but not to the extent of that they can't do things.
Right.
Most of the kids in my class are nonverbal, the smaller ones, the younger ones. Yes, definitely socialization and life skills. That's main things we teach. But we also do teach them to make sure they can write their name and they know their address and their phone number and things like that. a lot of behavioral things too. We want them to understand, you can't just run up to somebody and hug them. Like, that's not okay.
That's not okay. Yeah, some people don't like that.
And you can't just run up and hit somebody or headbutt somebody and things like that.
True. And somebody gets to play Santa Claus in her class.
You like it.
What about Easter Bunny? Am I going to be the Easter Bunny?
I don't think we can do the Easter Bunny. I don't think we can get away with that.
I don't think we can get away with the Easter Bunny.
No.
That's
Every day is different, that's for sure. Depends on what I'm going to get hit with that day. Last week it was shoes a lot.
Shoes a lot. Just cool to hear about support from many groups of people, good stuff. Yes. And then, so, not giving anything away, but a lot of my people have offspring that are her people. If that makes sense. Because you know that those children didn't really get the best prenatal care, things like that.
Which doesn't mean anything, because one of our children will end up in my classroom.
Oh, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that it was all that, but unfortunately, that's,
It is part of it. I mean,
sometimes she comes home after she finds out somebody's name, and she'll say, "This kid's mom's name is this. Do you know them?" Don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I do. Sometimes I don't. Not HIPAA. I'm not saying yes or no.
But it's not HIPAA in your setting. It's a different.
42 CFR is
it's
a
different code. It's not HIPAA law. It's a different law.
It's the same. It's just it's a little different.
It's like a counseling.
Yeah. But I'm not a consoler.
It's like.
However, most of the staff I deal with are counselors.
Mm-hmm.
I think out of 23 employees, there's 5 nurses.
A big one we do too is
In
we
my
do
unit.
The kids make crafts to sell.
Mm-hmm. We said life is life, but we still work together towards a better future.
That's right.
Yes, we do.
And that's what we're teaching the kids, is just how to learn and grow and be adults.
That's my favorite thing. I'm going to slightly change subject on you. Mm-hmm. I love when a skeleton person comes in my unit, and they look like a skeleton, and then like you see them, get sober and clean up and start doing better and eating and things like that, and then the next thing you know, they look like you would have never known anything was different. Like you would have never known they were not like that from the beginning. I can think of plenty of people off the top of my head that show up to my work and they're 6 foot tall, 90 pounds, and then a year later, they're 6 foot tall, 200 pounds, or a regular size, 180 pounds, whatever it may be, and you're like, dang.
I think that's a part of my class too, is
You
because
look
they
so
stay
much
with me
better.
from kindergarten until 5th grade.
Yeah, you're gonna see the progression.
I get to see
lot.
the change too of how much they learn and grow in that amount of time.
Yeah.
I mean, not the 5th graders I have now, because I just started in October, so I won't get to see them, but because they leave this year.
And I'm in what's called maintenance. So your initial sobriety, like getting sober, your initial sobriety typically starts with like inpatient or like a in-house rehab facility where you're there 24 hours a day. You're locked up in there, and then once you leave that's when you go to maintenance. So I actually do see people who have to check. They don't have to check in. It's still it depends. Well, let me just say they have to check in with us Sometimes people have to check in with us, once a week, once every 2 weeks, once a month. Some people have to check in with us every day, for a little bit. But, I see people for years. I can think of some people I've seen for years, since I started, who have told me, like, I'm going to continue to see you for years because I know I stay sober by seeing you people, every week or whatever it is. So, I know I'll see some people for the rest of their lives, and they like it that way. They like the fact that they, are sober, and they will accept the fact that they need to see us every year, every day, or every, week, whatever it is. But yeah, definitely looking towards a better future for peoples.
And not coming home with a concussion from magnets being thrown in my head.
Yeah, not coming home with a concussion from magnets being thrown at your head. The road to recovery in patients still amazes me, whether it's drug abuse, rehabilitation, nursing home, and primary care. The body is so resilient. Yes, it is. You ain't lying. I really only see the drug abuse side of it. I very rarely. It does happen, because some people can get addicted to medications and still also be on other medications, like, thinking off the top of my head, like a cancer or something. So it very rarely happens, but sometimes I do see people get better from an ailment, but typically it's all just drugs. Just drugs.
Yes, ouch. It is magnet towels. They're towels that you build with and they get stuck together. He made a layer about this big and chucked it at my head. Hit me right here. That was fun.
I bet that was fun. I remember you coming home saying, I feel dizzy, and laid down on the couch. Good times. Oh, because tomorrow is what tomorrow is. Who you got tomorrow, Paul?
Oh, because it's Super Bowl.
Because it's Super Bowl.
Super Bowl.
Jonathan said I had to bring it up if I was doing.
Because Jonathan's probably in here just not saying nothing.
He probably is. Non-John told me I had to bring it up in the live stream. You tell me who you got, and I'll tell you who I got. Let's see what Paul says. Or maybe Paul will say, I don't know, I've never watched football.
Or Paul could say neither one because I'm not either one of the fans.
Yeah, this is true. This is true.
Who's doing the halftime show?
Beyonce?
The Beyonce?
I think so.
She did it like a couple years ago.
I feel like that's what I saw on Yahoo. Oh no, Google it. You got the mouse over there.
On the wrong side of the thing.
Just hit right there.
I don't want that big. This one?
No, the Google one. That one. Mm-hmm. Wait, that's Amazon. There you go. Click it. Halftime show.
2023 half. I bet it comes like right up.
Yeah, it was the third one.
It's like the second. Yeah.
No. Rihanna. Rihanna? Rihanna.
Rihanna.
Just click that one.
Rihanna is that.
There we go. Getting into trouble. Don't follow any sports. Sorry. So I will tell you who I think has got it. Courtney will agree or disagree with me. I think it's going to be the Falcons.
Are the Falcons even playing?
The Falcons are not even playing.
That's what I thought.
I really think it's going to be the Falcons. Paul, I have never, in probably the last, I don't know, we've been together a while. I don't think I've seen a, I don't think I've seen a,
almost 15 years now.
I don't think I've seen a football play other than like when our daughter was cheering for them.
Maybe 15 years we've been together.
Yeah. I don't think I've seen a single play of football since we've been together. Because I think the last Super Bowl party I went to was
We were
before
dating.
we were dating.
No, we weren't even
we
dating.
we were not. So
We were together, but we weren't dating.
the last Super Bowl party I saw was like 15,
It would have been 15 years
16 years ago. Yeah.
It was 15 years ago this year, like this Super Bowl.
That's the last time I've seen a single play of football.
Yeah.
More of a computer nerd than a sports fan. All I know about the computer is you turn it on. I wish I knew more about computers. Vegas really ruins everything by making everything gambling related.
I could see that.
I could definitely see that. Because I bet y'all even bet on the football game.
Yeah. They bet on every sports.
Yeah.
Every sports is another way to gamble there.
So
Well, I mean, anywhere. I mean, you got to think how happy he is.
Yeah, this is true. Vegas ruins everything by being gambling related.
So, I'm not big into, like, big sports, but I like to play sports. I would say that. Like, I don't, like, watching sports isn't my, like, I don't sit there and, like, watch sports, except for baseball. Like, I like baseball. But I like to play sports.
Yeah. The computer we're on right now is a custom built computer. It is actually, but
It is. But it was also his Christmas/birthday present.
yes, I didn't build it. I don't know anything about it. Let's say it's cool that it's custom built, but I don't know anything about it. Unfortunately, I wish I did.
But he takes very good care of it.
I try to, because all the parts and pieces in it I imagine are not cheap.
Oh, no.
No. I was going to end it at an hour because I am actually tired. I did need this communication tonight, though. I was kind of down until I got on the live stream. But what? The live stream helped.
I knew it would. Queen!
Oh, Queen! Queen, I was about to end it, but I'm not now. Ain't that right? Courtney's even on here. A trail runner and a long distance hiker as far as sports like activities go. Paul, I was a track star.
And cross-country star.
I ran cross country. Me and my sister went to college on scholarships together. And then very quickly realized that neither one of us were built for college.
Not running in college. Just not college. Y'all were fine with running in college.
We were fine with running in college. We were not fine with college.
Itself.
We were not built for college. Did volleyball, basketball, and cross country.
Volleyball.
Courtney is coaching volleyball.
I
and
am.
has
I'm a
for
volleyball
years.
coach. This is my 8th year coaching volleyball now.
Wow, is it really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I did not realize you coached that long. That's a real sport. Volleyball.
I think he meant track and cross country.
Oh.
Girl, it wears me out. Volleyball season wears me out. We're Gators doing travel softball right now too. And basketball. And all three of the girls are in dance, too, so.
We are busy people.
Basketball's about to end, though, so.
Mm-hmm. Basketball ends very soon.
We're about to get a track or a running program at school
Mm-hmm.
with the Booster Club.
Fish oil your joints.
Be like the Tin Man with your oil can.
Just take that big, I think it's red, that big huge pill. You know, it's like that big. Just eat that thing.
Yeah.
A big fish oil pill.
Mm-hmm.
I remember my grandma taking those things.
My mom takes them.
Makes sense.
She takes fish oil, don't she?
I think
she
so.
does.
I really do think so.
Queen, I will say, since the advent calendars, Sassy, every time she sees the computer and the phone, or like this, she goes, "Hey, Queen."
Yeah, our youngest.
Hey, Queen.
If we ever have the camera set up, and she sees it, she says, "Hey, Queen." Where do the years go? It feels like yesterday I was taking an NCLEX. I took the NCLEX on our anniversary.
She every time, "Hey, Queen. Hey, Queen."
Took the NCLEX and then met you at Zachaby's for our anniversary dinner.
I think lunch. I think we had lunch.
We were broke.
We were
So broke.
very broke.
We didn't have any money.
I think that was our second anniversary. Our first anniversary still. Which one? I don't remember what year you
Gator was born.
So it was our third anniversary then.
No, she was.
I was pregnant with her in our first anniversary.
You were pregnant with her in our first. And then I started nursing school right after she was born.
Mm-hmm.
And then I finished nursing school right before she turned 2.
No, I was pregnant with her when you were in nursing school.
No, she was born in January.
I have pictures of me on the couch sleeping because you were in nursing school during the day and at work at night. Because I slept on the couch at Mama's.
Right. I think it was our third.
It could have been our third. We were still broke. Didn't matter.
I think it was our third anniversary with a baby. With a
Sassy's
baby.
in the bed in their room right there.
Our 4-year-old.
She's 4 now. And then Gator and Squish are downstairs with Mama.
Mm-hmm.
Gator just turned 10. Queen, she's 10 now. We have a 10-year-old.
You're old.
You're older. Yeah. She's 10.
Hey, I got a new picture for the live stream. You want to see it?
Sure.
And we'll click on the Google part down there, and then go up here and over to the writer. There you go. Click that. Hit that one. There you go. And then hit that. That one. It says, "Let's go live." Is that not cool?
Yeah. You gonna change it every time?
No, I'm gonna leave it like that for forever. I got you and the girls on the 4-wheelers, but it cut y'all out.
Okay.
So hit that one again. My baby turned 5 on the 4th of February. Oh. Baby turned 5 on the 4th of February.
Are there 10, 6, and 4?
Yep.
And we're gonna have Gator's party, and we all got sick with COVID.
They got COVID. I did not.
And Sassy didn't get it.
No, me and
baby.
the youngest did not get it, and I didn't quarantine. I didn't wear no mask. I didn't change a thing, and I was negative.
Baby was sick as a dog,
Baby was the sickest of that everybody.
but did not
Never test positive.
Test positive. I made him test her twice, and she was negative both times.
Yep. The kids had, like the 2 that had it, were stinking running around like crazy. And I was like, I can't even take y'all anywhere because y'all got COVID.
Gator had absolutely no symptoms whatsoever.
Yep.
None.
Nope.
She was like, why can't I have my party?
Because you
Because
have
you got
COVID.
COVID.
But I am almost certain that they did not get, the big one. They got that new one.
The new strain.
Your cat turns 21.
That's big.
I'm actually impressed.
That's
I've never seen a 21-year-old cat. Talking about like regular people years, right? Like not,
cat years.
not cat years, like regular people years. I've never seen a 21-year-old cat. I don't know if it's luck or if it's this awesome immune system that I was blessed with.
I mean, I didn't feel that bad either when I had it this last time. First time we had it, none of the girls got sick. But we were all sick.
Yep. Put her mama in the hospital for 4 or 5 days. Put her in the ICU for about 4 or 5 days.
Mm-hmm.
And they gave her that remdesivir.
I knocked it out of her.
That remdesivir was the one that was going around for a while back then. Never seen a 21. I'm still fascinated about a 21-year-old cat. Impressive. Bad sinus infection. That's still no fun.
Them things get bad too.
They sure do.
Let's see. Since I've started working at the school, that's 21 sun years.
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing. Since I've been working at the school, I've gotten the flu,
The 19.
COVID.
I feel like you got strep at one point in time.
I think I got strep. And then, was that it so far?
I think so.
Yeah, I feel like that's been it so far.
Still not done with the first year.
No. We just hit 100 days of school.
Yeah, I know.
And I feel like I have strep again. Like my throat is really hurting me.
Because we were coming home on the 100th day of school, and our youngest had a crown on, and our middle child kept taking the crown off and giving it to me, and calling me King Daddy, and then our youngest would cry
Because it was her crown.
because it was her crown.
Our sinus rinses are so helpful.
Spray that joker out.
I think this could be either strep or drainage from the mold in our carpet in my room.
I really think it's drainage. Also, I'm calling it now. 11 o'clock, we're going to cut it off.
Okay.
I'm tired.
I'm tired too.
I don't know about y'all. I'm tired.
Gator had softball practice this morning.
I know. And this crazy fool is going to work at the barbecue place tomorrow.
It's extra money.
It is extra money, but it's like $70. That's all it is.
I know. But it's supposed to be raining. And it's Super Bowl Sunday.
This is true.
So, probably not going to be that bad.
Sinus acting up and her ears keep bothering her.
Girl, you probably do got a sinus infection then.
That ain't no good. I kept getting stinking strep throat and took my tonsils out at 35.
Because you needed them out when you were a kid.
I needed them out as a child, but at 35 they decided to take them. I was like,
Poor-
bro, I'm too old.
Our middle one, poor thing, still gets strep, and she's got her tonsils.
Yeah, she had
removed.
a tonsillectomy at 3. Still gets strep.
No, she wasn't 3 yet. She was still 2.
Was she?
Mm-hmm. She was almost 3, but she was still 2 when they took them out.
Yeah. She was little.
She got her tonsils and adenoids removed, but her adenoids grew back.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they'll have to remove them again and put tubes in her ears.
Yeah, you're probably right.
because she gets ear infections a lot.
Tubes in both ears.
Yeah, she probably will too.
Yeah, more than likely.
She stays sick.
Mm-hmm.
Like she got green junk coming out of her nose now.
She sure does. It's unfortunate. Then the stinking school wants to send us a letter about truancy. And we're like, we can't send her to school when her temp's 101. But y'all still want us to, do something about truancy.
Poor thing had COVID. Was out for I don't think she was out for a week. I think she was out for 3 days. That Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday.
I think you're right.
And she'd go back Monday. They wore the mask all week the next week. Then she went back the next week after that. That Monday. No, they were out of school on that Monday.
Mm-hmm.
That Tuesday she went. Came home. She was running a fever. She ran a fever the entire week. Could not go to school.
We even kept going to the doctor.
They tested her. They're like, well, if we test her for COVID, it'll come back positive just because it's still in her system. Because she's already had it. They tested her for flu, tested her for strep, checked her ears. Nothing came back.
I feel like they tested RSV also.
RSV, yeah. But she's got notes, but now the notes from the doctor won't be, they're not technically excused. The only ones that are excused are from COVID and when we went to Disney.
Yeah, so they're not excused. They had another name for it. I can't remember.
Yep. The only excused absence, the only waived absences.
That was it, yeah.
Are her COVID absences and the ones we were at Disney because we got a waiver for those because it was that Disney was educational purposes.
So they're excused, but they're not waived.
Yeah. So she's missed 3 for COVID. No, she's missed 14 in all, but 3 were waived for COVID, and then I think it was 4 for Disney.
4 or 5.
4 or 5 for Disney. So, I mean, still, it's a lot that she's missed.
Yeah. Guess they want that government money back.
Well, I mean, the only thing,
money out of it.
no, the only thing that'll be is she'll get held back a year.
Yeah.
She'll have to repeat first grade. Which for her, I mean, it could be beneficial for her.
It's not really going to hurt anything. She's our special needs child.
So, I mean, honestly, it would help her more than anything if she got held back. We might be like, okay, go ahead and hold her back. You ain't going to hurt nothing.
Yeah, leave her there. That's fine.
It's okay.
As bad as that sounds.
Well, and her teacher is not hitting on a whole lot either. Not her EC teacher.
Her regular
ed teacher. We cannot stand her. Called to send her home because she had a runny nose.
Mm-hmm. She sure did.
And then asked my grandmother if we took her to the doctor.
Yes. This child is constantly at the doctor.
Like, she sees the doctor. Do you want her medical records? Because I can send them to you. You might be looking at them for hours, but I could send them to you.
Mm-hmm.
See, we wouldn't mind her being held for an extra year because mentally she's like a year behind anyway.
Minimum.
Yeah, at least. Probably more a year and a half. So it wouldn't hurt her to stay behind a year.
No.
Probably push her later from coming to my classroom.
Yeah, she was still on the first grade level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I wouldn't mind that. More time she can stay in a... Yeah, for a runny nose.
For a runny nose, yep.
The teacher didn't want to wipe her nose. A first grade teacher.
She headbutted her. Our child headbutted the teacher.
And our child is not that type of kid.
She's not a violent kid at all. That's our loving child there, our middle child. She's our loving child. Anyways, her a special ed teacher, her EC teacher, had to go home for something.
It was medical. She was sick.
Yeah, she was sick. So teacher got sick, so she had to go home. So they put our middle child in the regular class, and so she thought, it was time to go because that's what she normally did.
Her routine is that when she goes back in the classroom like that, it's time for her to go home.
And she's a very routine child. The teacher said, no, it's not time to go. And so she headbutted her, and then she sends her to the principal.
Assistant principal.
Like the teacher sends our child to the assistant principal. Like, what in the world?
And he goes, what am I supposed to do?
Like, what is he supposed to do with her,
Like a child that doesn't understand. And the thing is like, if the teacher had gotten like down on her level and explained to her, all she wanted to do was pack up her book bag. That's all she wanted to do. If she would have let her pack up her book bag and then just like guided her somewhere else to get her mind off of it, she would have been fine. But the fact that like she like constantly wanted to tell her no and like just keep on and on and on with her, that's why she did it. And she headbutted her in the stomach. It wasn't like she headbutted her in the head. Like she headbutted her in the stomach.
And she's got hypotonia, so she's very weak anyway. She's not
she
a
probably
strong
went.
child. She's not a strong child at all. She probably just like fell into her.
Leave me alone.
She might have even done a leave me alone.
I want to go home.
Oh, that child.
As she was crying, because I'm sure she was fully upset.
Oh, I'm sure
at
she
that
was.
point.
Because her BFF left her.
Yeah.
Her teacher.
Yeah, she loves her teacher.
Her BFF teacher left her. I don't know that.
I think to the other I think to the staff, yes, but this teacher wants it her way, and that's it.
Yeah.
Well, part of it is her EC teacher this year was her kindergarten teacher last year, and her son is also special needs, so she is very, very good with
Oh yeah, absolutely.
with our child, and she knows how to help her a lot.
I think even just being a parent would be beneficial. I don't even think her regular teacher's a parent.
She is,
Oh, she is. She does have a child.
but it's her way or the highway.
I didn't know that, but yeah.
But also, her teacher came from a private school where
yeah.
they had assistants in the classroom all day and everything they wanted was done, and also from a higher grade, not a first grade classroom. She was in like a fourth or fifth grade classroom.
Yeah.
So, which I'm not giving her any leeway here.
Yeah. So.
And
Good
she doesn't
times.
let other kids help our child either.
No.
Like
which is-
it's, which would, if they would be able to help her. Yes, I've had all of my wisdom teeth taken out.
I did too. I have all of mine removed as well, I should say. Where is this going? I lost all my brains when they took them out, yes.
No, you didn't.
My wisdom was removed.
Temps jump.
Temps jump.
It just said it on the computer.
Oh.
I
Well, I don't know why temps jump.
I had no pain whatsoever with mine. I didn't go numb at all.
I don't even remember.
After a few years,
I don't think so. I don't really think I had any problems.
like I'll get like pain in there from where it was. Like it'll hurt, give me like a pain every once in a while, but it doesn't go numb.
Yeah, I don't think I had anything go wrong.
Like it'll hurt almost like they're trying to cut back in. And I'm like, you ain't there.
Phantom pain?
Yeah.
I don't think so, yeah. My jaw clicks when I eat, but I think that's a, different kind of issue.
Yeah, that's definitely a different issue.
Yeah. In any case.
Does that happen a lot?
I don't know. I mean, it happens sometimes.
Probably need to tell the doctor about that.
Nah. Doctor don't need to know. You may need to go to the doctor.
Queen.
It may be something else.
Look, you telling her she needs to go to the doctor, and you ain't gonna go to the doctor about your jaw clanking.
Yeah, but it don't hurt or nothing.
Yeah, but your jaw's not supposed to pop when you eat.
This is true.
Yeah, I would get that checked.
Yeah, you can get that checked. Especially if it's numb and your face hurt.
It's
or
probably
one
not
side
from your
hurt.
wisdom teeth, though. It's probably from something else.
Yeah, that's not good.
Well, mine did that one, but it was a reaction to a medicine. Remember?
Uh-huh. I do remember that. It was one of your headache medicines that I can't remember the name of.
But it was I had a reaction to to a medication.
Yeah, I don't remember which one
It's
it
in my
was.
chart that I can't take it anymore.
Yeah.
But
Yep. That was it. In any case, I'm going to go ahead and cut it off.
I'm trying to see if Queen got on a new medicine or something to make her face go.
Well, we'll let Queen answer the question, but
Yeah.
and then we're going to cut it off.
Yeah. Did you change or add any medications or anything, Queen? Maybe that's what did it. Cause mine did do that when I had taken a new migraine medication. But it doesn't have necessarily be migraine medication. Could just
No.
be that you added a different something.
Yeah, could be. I don't know. Happened out of the blue. Yeah, that's not good. Had to get that checked out.
Yeah. But it could also be the allergy to something.
Well, Paul said, love the stream, you lovely bunch. Have a lovely rest of your night. It will be followed quickly by sleeping.
Yes, I have to work in the mornings.
I am tired. I'm ready for bed. In any case, you ready now?
I gotta make a lot of steaks
Mm-hmm.
in the morning.
We will see everyone sometime.
Sometimes.
It won't. I can already tell you, it won't be next Saturday. Well, I already know that. It will not be next Saturday.
I want to be next Saturday.
Well, I've got to work. We don't know the basketball schedule yet.
We won't have games on Saturdays during the week.
I know, but just
week.
in case. I already know I'm going to be too tired.
We got games all week long,
Yeah.
probably.
So, plus practice. We already know we got practice. So, we
I
will
have
see.
basketball practice, because I'm playing in a coach's tournament.
Mm-hmm. We will see everybody next time. It might just be me, but Miss Courtney here might show up and join us. Don't know. We'll see. But good night, everybody.
Good night.
Thank you all for helping me with my mood I was in. You took all my thoughts away.
He was having some anxiety.
was having some anxiousness. But you guys helped out a lot. Thank you so much. Y'all have a good night.